कल के चैप्टर में एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग फाइंडिंग हम सब ने पढ़ी। टाइम यूज सर्वे के बारे में बात हो रही थी कि हमारा टाइम किस किस तरह से लाइफ में जाता है। तो बता रहे थे कि फैमिली के संग जो हम टाइम बिताते हैं, अपना जो हमें मौका मिलता है या जो विंडो ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है, वो दिखा रहे हैं कि टाइम के साथ साथ कम होती जाती है। जब तक हम बच्चे होते हैं या थोड़े एडोलेसेंट एज में होते हैं, तब तक हमारा थोड़ा टाइम फैमिली में जाता है, उसके बाद कम होता जाता है। इस तरह से टाइम स्पेंड विद चिल्ड्रन, टाइम स्पेंड विद फ्रेंड्स, टाइम स्पेंड विद पार्टनर बढ़ रहा है और फिर स्टेगनेंट हो जाता है। टाइम स्पेंड विद कोवर्कर्स बढ़ता है, लास्ट में जाके कम होता है। लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंगली टाइम स्पेंड अलोन बढ़ता जाता है पूरे लाइफ टाइम। तो फॉर द सेक ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी लास्ट वाला पैराग्राफ भी हम कल का पढ़ लेते हैं। तो कौन रीड करना चाहेगा? एनीवन कैन रीड।
मैं पढ़ूं? Time spent alone steadily increases throughout your life. When you are young, you tend to view time alone as a sign of not fitting in. You come to fear time alone to fear freedom, but you need to learn to cherish it. Find happiness and joy in the time you have to yourself. There will be more of it as you get older.
तो
Here are 6 key lessons.
जो उन्होंने 6 हमें ग्राफ्स दिखाए थे, उनका लेसन या सार ये है। तो जिनका भी कल मिस हो गया है, उस अगर हम ये 6 बातें देख लेते हैं तो हमें उसका एसेंस मिल जाएगा।
Family time is finite, cherish it. Children's time is precious, be present. Friend time is limited, prioritize the real friends. जैसे सेकंड वाला जो पॉइंट है उसमें ये बोला था उन्होंने कि टिल फर्स्ट 10 years आर द मिराकल ईयर्स, और 18 years के बाद तो और उनके प्रायोरिटीज ऐसे ही चेंज हो जाएंगे बिकॉज ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल एंटरिंग इन देयर लाइफ्स. फ्रेंड टाइम इज लिमिटेड, प्रायोरिटाइज द रियल फ्रेंड्स. पार्टनर टाइम इज मीनिंगफुल, नेवर सेटल. Co-worker time is significant, find energy. Alone time is abundant, love yourself.
तो आज का हमारा नया चैप्टर हम शुरू करते हैं, चैप्टर 7, अ ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ टाइम।
I'll tell you a secret, something they don't teach you in your temple. The gods envy us. They envy us because we are mortal, because any moment might be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we are doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. Achilles Troy. In ancient Rome, extravagant celebrations were thrown to commemorate the military victories of the burgeoning empire. The conquering military hero was paraded through streets lined with adoring citizens on an elaborated golden chariot. This special treatment might have made the hero feel untouchable, even immortal. Aware of the human tendency to fall victim to our own pride, the Romans developed a solution to mitigate this immortal sensation. They placed a person alongside the hero in the chariot, whose sole responsibility was to whisper an ominous warning in the hero's ear throughout the parade. Respice post te, hominem te esse memento, memento mori, means look behind, remember thou art mortal, remember that you must die. Hmm. A continuous, not so subtle reminder of the hero's own mortality. The concept of memento mori is a staple of Stoic philosophy, a reminder of the certainty and inescapability of death, of time's inevitable victory over man. In recent years, memento mori has gained a bit of a cult following. The most hardcore use a memento mori calendar to track the passage of the weeks of life. The calendar is a large rectangular made up of tiny circles, 52 columns wide and 80 rows long. Each circle represents 1 week of life. Each row represents 1 year. Followers shade in the circles for each week they have lived, and the calendar provides a stark reminder of the time that has passed and the average time remaining.
जैसा कि दिखाई दे
This is the calendar. So each row is 1 year. इस रो में 10 लाइन्स है आई थिंक
हम्म।
इस ब्लॉक में सो दैट इज ये बहुत सारे जर्नलिंग बुक्स में भी रहता है आजकल. Here is what my memento mori calendar looks like at the time of writing. Gulp. This may seem dramatic, even morbid, but it is hardly new. For as long as humans have walked the planet, we have wrestled with the nature of time, a journey that has taken us from worship to measurement to understanding, and now to a modern desire for control. The earliest human societies came to worship and respect the flow and passage of time. In ancient Indian cultures, time was believed to be a circle, a natural, infinite flow from creation to destruction to rebirth. This wheel of time or Kal Chakra concept is found across several religious traditions, including Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism. The ancient Mayan civilizations of South and Central America had a similar cyclical view of time. They believed that sunrise represented renewal and that the journey of the sun through the sky represented the natural cycle of life and death. Many ancient cultures created gods based on the fear of the passage of time and the desire for longevity and personal extension into infinity. The ancient Egyptians worshipped the god He, whose name means flood, a reference to the watery chaos that they believed preceded the creation of their world. This chaos was understood to be infinite in nature, and the world that followed it was finite. So He was viewed as the personification of eternity. In the ancient Zoroastrian tradition, the deity Zurvan was associated with infinite time and space, the creator of the world and all existence. Zurvan was believed to oversee the orderly flow of time and the natural cycle of birth, growth, and death. The Vikings, known for their physical vitality, often pondered the withering effects of time. Eli was their mythical personification of old age. In a famous tale from Viking folklore, the all powerful Thor, god of thunder, encounters Eli, an old woman, who challenges him to a wrestling match. Despite the considerable difference between the two, Thor is unable to defeat Eli, which is taken as a symbol that old age will eventually triumph over youth. The Vikings believed this was a striking reminder that the passage of time would eventually bring everyone, even the strongest, to their knees.
इसको जैसे पॉपुलर कल्चर या पॉपुलर मीडिया जो बोलते हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सॉन्ग्स के थ्रू, भजन्स के थ्रू इसी बात को कहा जाता है अलग अलग तरीके से। तो किसी को कुछ याद आ रहा है? जैसे जैसे 1992 स्कैम वाला जो वेब सीरीज है, उसका जो लास्ट सॉन्ग है, वो हमने कई बार सुना भी है, मत कर माया को एकार।
हम्म.
उसमें ऐसी क्या लाइन आती है जो टाइम का
हाँ.
इम्पोर्टेंस दिखाती है?
यस.
याद आ रहा है किसी को?
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
बताइए जिनको भी याद आ रहा है।
पूरा याद नहीं बट वो पैरा जब आपने बोला ना तो
हम्म।
याद आया.
क्या लाइन थी वो? बड़ा सख्त था महाराज, जिनके घर झूलता था हाथी, उस घर अब दिया न बाती, कुछ ऐसे था। और
हम्म.
ऐसे भी आता है, राम गयो रावण गयो, ना रहा कुछ, मतलब इस तरह से। मतलब कि टाइम
हम्म.
इतना बड़ी फोर्स है कि सब कुछ उसके आगे टेम्पररी है, सब कुछ पास हो रहा है टाइम।
हम्म.
जी।
As human civilization progressed, humanity's relationship with time transitioned from worship to measurement, with a focus on tracking and management. The earliest known clocks were sundials used by the ancient Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians. These instruments used the position of the sun to cast a shadow on a marked and labeled surface, indicating the time of day. They were followed by water and sand clocks, which measured time by the water or sand that trickled out of a tiny hole at one end of the device. In 11th century China, a team of engineers developed a towering 40-foot water clock that used falling water and a unique bucket mechanism. When a bucket reached capacity, a lever was tripped, the bucket moved, and the water started to fill the next bucket, providing a reasonably accurate measurement of time. A major advancement in clock technology occurred in 1927 when a Canadian engineer named Warren Madison invented the quartz clock. The quartz clock uses the precise vibration of a quartz crystal hit with an electrical current to track and measure time and remains the most common type of modern clock over 100 years later. The atomic clock is the most recent advancement in clock technology. It uses the vibrations of atoms to measure time. Atomic clocks are so accurate that they won't stray by a single second over 10 billion years. As our ability to measure time advanced, a scientific pull to understand time developed. Sir Isaac Newton was the leading proponent of an absolute universal view on time. He believed that time existed independent of any perceiver, that it was fixed and unchanging across the universe, flowed uniformly, and could only be understood mathematically. Newton's absolute view on time, now known as Newtonian time, was central to his formulation of the laws of motion and universal gravitation and remained largely unchallenged until the early 20th century arrival of a German theoretical physicist named Albert Einstein. Einstein contested the notion of absolute time and proposed the concept of space time. The idea is that space and time are intimately connected, meaning that time is experienced differently by different observers based on their relative motion and position. His groundbreaking theory of relativity implies that time can move more slowly for a person who is in motion relative to a fixed observer. Put differently, if you were to hop on a galactic spaceship and zip around at close to the speed of light and then return to Earth, you would have aged less than anyone who has stayed put. This theory is vividly brought to life in Christopher Nolan's space epic Interstellar, in which McConaughey's character returns from a space voyage to the jarring reality that he is significantly younger than his daughter. Our journey from worship to measurement to understanding brings us to the present and our modern desire for control. Humans are living longer than ever before. The average life expectancy around the world has steadily increased for the past 200 years. We have technology and tools from machines to computers to AI that make us more efficient with that time than even before. But despite all this progress, we have more time and an advanced ability to make productive use of it. The control we seek remains elusive.
कोई थोड़ा बहुत रिफ्लेक्शन शेयर करना चाहता है इसमें? सभी फॉलो कर पा रहे हैं ना? वैसे तो स्टोरी लाइक है, इजी है ये। तो अभी तक क्या जिस्ट रहा इसमें, क्या चल रहा है?
मतलब हम टाइम के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, बट द वे इट हैज स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द एंशियंट and to the present, how we have started tracking time, and it is more so to measure and have the control basically, but wo control is still not there, it seems to be. To understand this unique modern struggle and to construct a solution, we turn to an unlikely source, one of history's most famous children's fantasy novels.